for a second and then start over. Hi, this is Christi with Christi's Clarity. It's 10:10 on Friday, and what a great way to end the week. I'm going to give you some thoughts today around what are you thinking? You think you may know, but I bet you don't. So, how about that? That's an interesting question. What are you thinking? See, really, what happens is that we live by our unconscious thoughts. Now, what does that mean? Well, first of all, they're unconscious. That means we don't know what they are. We don't know that they are running you. And they are taking up and taking over our acts, our actions, and our result. And so, I'm going to share a story with you about how I realized just how much that was running me. And we get all of these ideas filtering in, telling us, uh, how to do things, when to do things, what we shouldn't do, the shouldn't, right? And those get programmed inside of us. And it actually is designed as a survival mechanism, as a growth mechanism, but it's like one of those things when you have a tool and you don't know how to use it, it uses you rather than you using it. So I was up in Canada speaking at an event up in Canada, and I was talking about this whole idea, how our thoughts run us unconsciously. And it came to me like when I was standing there in that moment, a belief that was running me. I was looking for an example, and a belief that was running me came up. And so I ended up telling it right there to everybody. So here's how the story goes. So we all are run by unconscious thoughts, right? And thoughts that we don't even know are running us. For example, I want to be a travel tour leader. I want to take people to spiritual travel programs and events like that. And I was told that the way to do that is to first become a good, successful coach and develop my following as a coach. And so that's what I did. I decided to work at becoming a really great successful coach, and yes, of course, creating influence and trustability and everything that way. And I just said, what I realize is that actually, even in the techniques I teach, I don't have to become a coach in order to become a fabulous tour group leader, right? And to put together trips and to take people traveling to amazing places, right? I was standing there, I was a little embarrassed because here I am spilling my guts, realizing that I'm following my unconscious thoughts. Okay, we all do it. It's like if all of our thoughts were conscious, we probably couldn't even think straight, right? So thank goodness they are. But we want to create an awareness of what they are and what's running us. And I want to say that that's the first practice, is to do that, is to figure out how we can bring those subconscious thoughts to the surface so that we can pay attention to them. And once we pay attention to them, we want to celebrate the awareness of that, and then we can make changes. Now, I have some good news for you too. Once you practice that over and over again, you will then be able to go, oh, what is my desire? What would I love in this moment? And instead of going back and seeing what's running you, like I did in that moment about running travel programs, you will just say, what would I love? And you know that you have control of your thoughts, and so you don't need to revisit it over and over and over again. You just do it in the beginning to build that muscle of being able to not let your subconscious thoughts run you. So, then you're able to just say, what would I love? And then you move in that direction. And what are the steps that I need to take in that direction? So that's part two. So how do you begin to know your unconscious thinking, that it's running you, that it's going, um, it's actually running your life? Well, I gave you one hint already. It's like, look for your discontent. I really would be loving to be doing travel programs. Uh, and yes, I do love being a coach, but they don't have to be tied together. They don't have to be the thing that's dependent on the other thing, right? And then so you're aware. Noticing your thinking is the number one key to the work that I help people do. You have to begin thinking what you're thinking. So first you look at a discontent. Oh, I'm discontent. I wonder what beliefs are running me. And later, like I said, you can just go, oh, a belief must be running me. What's the new replacement belief? But in the first place, we kind of look back and go, oh, what was running me? What is running me? And then from that, we take our subconscious, take it to the conscious level, and then we can say, oh, now what do I do with this? Okay. One of the things I have my clients do often, this is a number one Christi's Clarity tip, is to set your alarm in your phone in a way that it will remind you to just stop for a minute and think, what am I thinking now? You could be thinking, what a joyous day I'm having. I happen to be on vacation right now. I'm in Southern California, down in Solano Beach. The weather is beautiful. I'm going to spend the day outside today. And what a beautiful day I'm having. And if I pause my thought during that time, or through the alarm, I pause my thought and I'm like going, oh, this is going to be a telltale thought, right? In this little condo that we're staying in, they happen to have their little workshop for the whole complex right at the back of our place. And every morning about 9 o'clock they start, and it's just little tapping. And I don't plan on staying in the room all the time anyway, but I notice how I'm getting annoyed. So if my alarm is set and it goes off and I go, oh, I'm annoyed. Okay, that anytime you pause and think, what are your thoughts, you're starting to build the muscle of being able to have conscious thought, having it yourself, you running your thinking rather than your subconscious thinking running you. And so it's building a muscle. And so one of the things I encourage you to do is to go ahead and set up an alarm and to show that. Now, a lot of us need a lot of help and practice in order to build that muscle. And today I have, let me just make sure that it's not up. Let me bring up this video up, okay, that I want to share with you. This is a video of how, and a lot of people ask me all the time, or they don't understand. I'm an intuitive artist, and I do intuitive wisdom drawings for people. And what I do is hard to explain, but I create images from my connection with people in the intuitive realm to help them look at the image. The image is so powerful of, let me explain one more thing before I go to the video, which is I decided that when I see a deer, it's a prayer to me. It's like a gift to me of a prayer or a message from what I call the divine, right? And so that's how powerful the image can be. Every time I see a deer or multiple deer, and of course up in Northern California we see deer all the time, right? And it automatically helps me go into that place of reverence, and gratitude that I'm well taken care of. And so that's how powerful the image can be. But I help people discover where they're stuck, as well as help them create their life design. And I can try to explain it, but I will say showing you is always better than telling you. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my own YouTube uh, page here. And this is, let me start this over here. This is a video describing, usually people don't see this part of the process. And so I'm going to show this to you, and then I'm going to give you an offer. So I'm just going to kind of draw and show you how the process works and what it looks like. It's really fun. So I'll be sitting there talking to somebody, and really these scribbles just come out on the page like this, okay? And I have no idea what it is, and I'm just like, oh, it looks really interesting to highlight this area. And I'm talking to my client, right? And just starting to draw things and not really knowing what it is. Now, what I want you guys to do on this, watching this video, is I want you to think of maybe a question that you would love to have answered. Okay, just put that out there and let's see what happens with this little magic process. So you can see here that I'm drawing the light rather than drawing the shadow. And I love the metaphor of that, because what we want to do is bring more light, more of our alignment with our true nature in here. And now I can already see some imagery uh, uh, catching up here, so I might add a little bit, but I kind of don't know what's happening. But here we have some mountains, so I'd still be talking to you and you wouldn't see the image. And then I would start thinking about color and what might the color look like in drawing this. And I start adding color, and this looks beautiful. This looks like, in my mind, and this is the thing, is I don't project my ideas on you, but for today, since I'm drawing this, this looks kind of like a goddess or some kind of female energy. But then I see the sword, you know, or the staff of power. And so I would, getting my pencils closer here, just this, like I said, this hasn't been revealed to you yet, right? And so I would color on this, and sometimes I'll go back in with white. This is really kind of interesting, I see. And so sometimes my head gets in it and I have to get out of the way. So let me just check back over here. And then, so when I reveal this to you, and you have your first impulse, or the impact for you, what does this make you feel? How does it resonate with you? And that's the first thing that we would do, okay? And then we would go into your current discontent, or the thing that you would like solved or answered. And so I want you to go right now. I told you, invited you to come up with a question or something, and I want you to look at this image right now and just say, what answers does this give to you? What might this be saying to you right now in this moment? And okay, so this video is actually on my YouTube channel, so you can go and look at that, and you can see other images that I've done for people. But what was really cool about this, I was doing this on a Facebook Live, or Zoom Live, I guess. And one of the people that was watching, she says, "Oh my gosh, what I learned was la 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 la." And for me, that was blah 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 blah. And it was really impactful for her as she was watching just this demo on how I was doing this. So what I do then is provide you with a digital copy of the image that you are able to work with and look at later. I also do life designs. Anyway, this is a hint This is part of Christi's clarity to let you know that, first of all, you can use the image to help bring your subconscious to the surface, to live your life, to run it deliberately. And the second thing is, I want to offer today a 30-minute session, introduction to a session with me. And I'm going to put in the Facebook Live. The link will go in the Facebook Live. And it's $97 to do this introductory session with me. It's a 30-minute session. I'll do something just like I did there. And then I do reveal the image to you during the process. And you actually then get to discover what you see. I ask you, what is it that you see? This person did see a goddess with a staff, and it was like moving forward steps for her, and how to do that. And I do share my intuitive guidance that I get. I do really let people first enter into the experience themselves with the image. And with that $97 session, if you choose to go on and do additional work with me in any of my programs, I'm going to gift you back that $97, taking that out of the price of whatever packages that you might be interested in. So, but let me go through the hints, the tips again that I wanted to give you. Okay, first of all, notice your thought, and you can do that by setting a timer. You can also do that by looking at your discontents and then asking yourself, oh, what's behind that thought or belief? What's keeping me from what I would love, right? And then the third is, if you're stuck and or if you want more revealed to you, contact me, and I would love to help support you to get unstuck. This is my masterpiece. My program is called Mastering the Art of Life, and I'm here on this planet, on this world, to help you discover what your masterpiece is and to get unstuck. Okay, so today, this weekend, and through next week, start noticing your thoughts. This is Christi Karate with Christi's Karate. I trust that these tips will help you increase your love of life.